Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Keeneland Racecourse here on Sunday. It is the 6th of October, 2024. Going to look at the stakes races on the program from Keeneland, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stakes action. The late pick 3 from Keeneland, the 8th race. It is the Indian Summer Stakes. It's going for a purse of $250,000. Race for 2-year-olds here. We have a field here of 13 horses entered, 13 horses in AE. 12 could go to the turf course, the 1100 meter journey, or 5.5 furlongs on the Keeneland turf course. I'm going to take the 2 horse here, Chasing Liberty, as a top selection. 2746 for me in the superfecta. 2746 super, top selection, the 2 horse Chasing Liberty. This 2-year-old colt by Constitution, Rabbit Trash trains. Florent Giroux gets the mount. The horse's most recent appearance came in the juvenile turf sprint at Kentucky Downs, 6.5 on the 1st September. On that quirky course, he finished second by 3/4 length, and he had to check quite a few times around the far turn and the lane. He had to check basically most of the race, it seems. He was stupidly wide, and it cost him the victory because the winner came up on him in the lane. They disqualified. They placed his horse first. I thought that was the right call for this horse. Coming here to a more leveler playing field here today, better post draw. I think he could get another trip to win again. He ran 2 back on the 20th of July to Ellis, 5.5 in main special weight for $70,000. On debut, he won by 1 1/4 lengths, and he came from a stalking trip. He quickened up nicely, and he got the drive going away. A very, very good race. He's training at Ellis quite nicely since the last race. Like I said, coming here to a less quirky course, I think he could find the winner's enclosure. I think the 7 horse here, Governor Sam for George Weaver and Paco Lopez, could win also. Was a winner of his last 3, actually. Broke his main at Saratoga in July quite easily. Came back to win the Tyro at Monmouth quite easy after that 2.5 weeks later, and then came back to win the Rosies at Colonial, going away by 2 lengths. Bars have been going up. He has a lot of speed into him. I'm going to give him a shot here at 3-1 in this late pick 3. But to recap my selection for the 8th now from Keeneland, it is the Indian Summer. I'm going to take the 2 horse Chasing Liberty. Give kudos to the 7 horse Governor Sam. 2746 super. 27 in the multi race. Let's get to the 8th race from, the 9th race now from Keeneland, which is featured on the program. It is a Spinster Stakes. It's a Grade 1 event going for a purse of $600,000, raced for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Field of 6 horses going 1,800 meters or a mile and 1/8 here in the Spinster. I'm going to try, I love Idiomatic as a horse, but I'm going to try and beat her here with the 6 horse Occult. 6124 for me in the superfecta. 6124 super, top selection 6 horse Occult. This 4-year-old filly into the mischief. Chad Brown trains. Jose Ortiz gets the mount. They ran the horse down in class on the 26th of July at Saratoga over the Wilson Mile, an optional 80 claimer. He finished second by 1.5 lengths that day, and he didn't get out of the gate so clearly. But that first half furlong was just a little bit lackadaisical. She moved a little bit late, but I just don't think the mile around a 1.5 turn is her liking. I think she wants to go a mile and 1/8. She's going to get the trip today. She's going to see a good pace to close with, and I think she could get the job done. She ran the Florida Liz at Churchill 2 back over the mile and 1/8 on the 29th of June, where she finished 4th by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and she just really hit the wall that day. I just don't think she liked the Churchill going. She just, was very tiresome that day. Maybe she just need the race there. And the Serena Song at Monmouth over the mile 70 back in May. She finished second by 3/4 lengths. She stalked. She had to leave. She drifted. Kathleen O caught this horse. What can you do? She just couldn't stay the straight course. Because of the drifting that day, they actually had to disqualify her and place her 3rd. Not the best thing, but, she should have stayed the straight course there. And then last year's Mother Goose at Aqueduct over the mile and 1/8. She finished 3rd by 4.5 lengths. She was wide, but she never quickened up. And Zaire, who was the next start winner at Churchill after that, really freaked that day. I think she has hidden ability to win here. Her bar last time out wasn't half bad. I think a longer trip is something she's wanting. I'm going to give her a shot. Don't throw out the 1 horse Idiomatic. She's a great mare here. Since, early last winter at Turfway going a mile and 1/4 where she won that allowance race, she just had a very good season. But her buyers are going a little bit backwards as recently, and she's still winning, but she's just slightly, maybe she lost a slight step. She won the Molly pitched her two back, wasn't the world's toughest race. Came back to run the personal ensign where she got caught by Raging Sea, who's running today in New York. But she just, couldn't keep up that day. And she couldn't keep up in the Nottingham Phipps. Maybe she doesn't like Saratoga. She did win the, the personal ensign last summer going away there. But, that's my biggest question. Has she lost a step? But her 23 campaign wasn't bad at all. She only lost once. That was in the Ruffian at Belmont. After that, she won the Schwanee, won the Delaware Handicap, won the personal ensign, won this race last year with a 100 buyer, and digressed a little bit in the Breeders' Cup Distaff against older horses, but still won by half a length on the front end. A very, very good race. She's trading well. I'll give her a shot, but she is digressing a little bit if you go by the speed figures. But to recount my selection for the ninth from Keeneland now, it's the grade 1 Spinster. We're going to take a shot with the 6-horse Colt to give kudos to the 1-horse Idiomatic. 6-1-2-4 Super. 6-1 in the multi-race. The nightcap from Keeneland, the 10th race. It is the Bourbon Stakes. It's a grade 2 event going for a $350,000 purse. Races for 2-year-olds here. We have a field of 15 horses going the distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or a mile 16th on the Keeneland turf course. Gonna go with the 2-horse Warlander. 2-6-4-7 for me in the superfecta. 2-6-4-7 Super. Top selection 2-horse Warlander. This 2-year-old colt by Kitten's Joy. Steve Asmussen trains. Jose Ortiz gets to mount. They ran the horse most recently in a main Speedway Kentucky Downs a mile on the 1st September, and he won by a length. And from a tracking trip, he went away with it. 77 buyer. That's what he was supposed to do. He's by Kitten's Joy with a hard spun mare. Coming here today, this horse should probably stay for another couple miles, it seems. I think he could really, improve and get the job done here today. He ran 2 back at Saratoga on debut, going mile 16th in main special weight. When finishing 3rd by a half a length that day, he just kind of stalked. He didn't go down without a fight that day. He needs something more, but not a bad race in defeat. He's training at Ellis quite nicely since the last race. Like I said, he has a pedigree for turf through and through. I'm going to use him on the ticket. Excuse me. I think the 6-horse Cavallo, excuse me, I'm gonna die here, but I think the 6-horse Cavallo Bay for Charlie Appy and John Velasquez Quinn also. He ran the with anticipation at Keeneland over the mile 16th a few weeks ago, where he finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths. Ooh, Kingdom was the next start winner. This horse was just wide. He needs something more, but he got around the race course okay. His races in the UK weren't bad at all. Around a turn at Haydock over the 7 furlongs on fast ground, he won by half a length, and from a tracking trip, he ran quite nicely. He missed a break over the Wolverhampton 7 furlong in a novice race in June, but it still didn't matter. He won by a half length going away. Those Wolverhampton 7 furlong races are very similar to the Wilson Mile race Saratoga, so just keep that in mind. But he ran terrifically that day. On debut, Kempton, I just thought he just was a little bit lackadaisical. Also, he didn't break. He's going to have to break today. If he breaks, I think he could win. He's training well since the last race at Saratoga and at Keeneland. 6-1, let's give him a shot on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 10th race from Keeneland, it is the Indian Summer Stake, or excuse me, not the Indian Summer, the Bourbon Stakes. Going to take the 2-horse Warlander. Give kudos to the 6-horse Cavallo Bay. 2-6-4-7 Super. 2-6 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everyone.